Welcome to another episode, everyone. Wack100 is at it again. This time, he goes ballistic on Adam22, tells Adam that he will knock him out. He will beat him down within 5 seconds. Adam tells him, you don't have to threaten me. This is serious. This just went left. Wack100 says to Adam that he set him up by bringing Moose Man there to the show when Wack100 crashed out on Moose Man a couple of days or so ago. Now, Wack100 calls in, and him and Adam goes at it. This relationship is in dire straits, shambles even.
Oh my God!
Saying, if a man tell you what he doesn't want to be around, you're saying you can make that decision, and when shit happens, you don't got no responsibility.
Well, I just think the responsibility falls on the person who is lashing out and acting violent. It doesn't really matter.
Oh my God! That's how they be for real.
You lied to that dude and tell him I was with it, that it was cool.
The only thing I told Moose was that I would make sure that you didn't hurt him.
What?
Did you ever
did.
say anything?
Before or after?
I need some wood.
Bro, so you telling me you didn't tell that dude that Wack was good with it? It was a play? I never knew shit.
I told Moose that I would make sure that you didn't hurt him. That's it.
But you couldn't make sure that. You ain't no.
But I did.
I'll stop me. Adam, you can't stop me. You scared to even fight for yourself.
But I did stop you.
Me, bro.
But I did. I made sure you didn't do anything.
Adam, you cannot stop me, bro. I will beat you.
But I did.
In 5 seconds. Hey, look, I'll put 100,000 now that I will knock you out in 5 seconds.
I mean, obviously, I don't want to fight you. I'm just saying that I did. I protected Moose because I am a protector.
You ain't stop me, bro. I'll stop me. You ain't stop shit. You put that kid in harm's way by even telling him to come up there. I'll stop me. You can't stop me.
Well, I got you to stop yourself then.
Wack, like you
Nothing.
Which is certainly essentially what I said, to paraphrase Wack at that time when I covered the video a couple of days ago, that Adam22 cannot stop Wack100 or anyone else who has a target in sight and wants to get his man. You just have to go through the individual who's trying to stop you. When you're trying to get your man, that's what you're going to do. So no one can stop you. The only thing that the individual can do is get out of the way. Save yourself. Get out of the way, because you're not going to stop me. So the fact that Wack didn't take that disposition lets me know he wasn't really trying to attack the dude physically, because if he wanted to, Adam couldn't have stopped him. But there we have it. Wack100 just told Adam that he'll beat him down and knock him out in 5 seconds. In fact, he has $100,000 saying that he'll knock Adam out in 5 seconds. So yeah, I think that this relationship, because they be running plays on individuals and they all be running their own little plays, their own little content plays. But now that Wack is the butt of the joke or the butt of the content, and Adam done ran a play on him and ran some content on him and brought a dude in there that he had already told Adam he didn't want in there, that they didn't get along and whatever, whether Adam feels like it's serious enough or not, Wack100 is telling him, I've taken umbrage to some things this individual has said. I don't want to podcast with him. I don't want him around me. At least right now, that's his position. Adam decides to bring him on anyway without alerting Wack100 to this. And then we saw what happened. Adam got content out of it, sort of went viral. Everybody been playing it. Adam got what he wanted, but at the cost of his #1 employee. And so now Wack is, I believe that their relationship is not the same.
Happened. He was safe.
We've definitely seen you get into it with different people, but this seems like this was the most mad. No, exactly. Well, this is the most mad that I've ever seen you before. You feel me? Like ever.
Listen, okay, so if a man
Think about that.
tells you prior to, hey, I'm not up to this.
Yeah, no, I mean, like,
It's the same thing you did to Spody Face. It's content.
No, it ain't.
Yeah, it is. It's not that serious. Wack, you would have a point. You would have a point if it was like somebody that was a threat or somebody that you had like real legitimate beef with.
Hey, listen,
But it wasn't someone serious. It wasn't somebody that you need to worry about in a physical sense. And so as a result, you're overreacting and it's silly.
Hey, listen, Lush is not a threat to me. I know Lush. I don't know this.
But you already knew he was a non-affiliate. You already know that he's got no criminal record. He's not a violent guy. He's just a podcaster.
Lush, does a non-affiliate mean you can't harm a motherfucker?
Right, but he's not like that. He's not like that. He's never done nothing to nobody. He's not on that.
Yo, Lush, what about, you talk do a whole lot of talking when ain't nobody there. So you saying, because you know him, and I'm telling you in the text, I don't know this dude. I don't wish to be around him. I don't want to be around him.
Yeah.
I don't know him.
Yeah.
I was just doing what you did to Spody Face.
No, it's not.
I learned from the best.
DC, baby. Hey, yo, Adam, you gonna fuck around and get yourself hurt, bro.
Yeah.
Why you always got to turn everything to a violent thing? You can't threaten me, Wack. I don't give a. Don't threaten me with violence. I don't care. You're not gonna hurt me.
You a
You're
bitch.
gonna play that game. Hey, bro, you sit here as like a little kid, and I said, you know what? I blindsided. He told me he didn't want to do that. He told me. On April 15th, the dude texted me like a man and said, hey, bro, I'm not up to that. Because I know it's going to go somewhere.
I know, and I did a play for content because I think he's a good podcaster, and I wanted to get you guys on the same podcast. And it's exactly the same thing that you glorified when you did it to Spody Face, so you can't take the moral high ground here.
Check this out. You can't find.
So Adam, as we just heard, is admitting that he did it for content. I mean, this was not a play, I don't think, at least not on Wack's part. It was a play on Adam's part as far as him bringing Moose Man there after Wack had already texted him and otherwise told him that he didn't want a podcast with him for whatever reason. But Adam, as we can see, has taken a position that that Wack was overreacting from the beginning and that it was not that serious. But it's not for him to decide that. It's not for him to determine what another man takes serious or what another man perceives as a threat. If he says he doesn't want to be around this individual, you can't say, well, this individual is innocuous. He's harmless. He wouldn't hurt you. So I brought him on here anyway. But first of all, you don't know that. Second of all, it's not about him hurting me. It's about maybe I'll hurt him. I told you I don't want to be around him. Adam says, well, I made sure that was not going to happen. I told him that I would make sure that you did not hurt him, and I did that. I made sure that you didn't put your hands on him. And then as we can see, Wack is saying, no, you didn't stop me. I stopped myself. But, Adam is blaming the play that, if you will, that Wack was involved with Draco and Spody Face when Wack100 showed up to Spody Face's podcast with Draco. After Draco had said, or after Spody Face had said that Draco couldn't come to LA and all this because of these hood vlogs that he was doing and what have you. They had a beef going and Wack showed up unbeknownst to Spody Face with Draco. They were supposed to squabble and fight and this and that. Adam keeps referring to that, saying, well, you ran a play there, you ran a play on Spody Face, Wack100, so I feel like I learned from the best. I feel like you wouldn't be emotional about this with someone running a play on you since you run plays on other people. It's the same thing. Wack100, of course, as we can hear, keeps saying that it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing in the sense that Spody Face was the one that had been threatening Draco and saying, or, if you will, or saying that he couldn't come to LA or what have you. Basically, if he come to LA, he was going to whoop on him. So him bringing Draco there is different in the sense that Draco was not the aggressor there. He was not the one threatening him, and that, Draco had never told Wack that he had a problem with Spody Face, or vice versa. And then he shows up with him anyway. He communicated this to Adam22 that he didn't want a podcast with this individual, and Adam brought him anyway.
One clip where DC Baby Draco had ever disrespected Spody Face party.
I don't know, but I assume that it's out there.
You can't.
So what?
DC Baby Draco ever disrespect Sporty Face, and I wasn't Sporty Face podcast anyway. The owner of the podcast knew the nigga was coming.
Draco, baby Draco had a gun on him. Moose Man doesn't even get down like that. Moose Man's chilling. Moose Man's just a regular guy.
I don't think Moose Man's gonna park.
You acting like Moose Man is some serious threat is hilarious.
But Wack can actually stop some shit, though. Wack politic, he can actually stop some shit. You don't got the power to stop.
I'd rather listen to Wack than you.
What about what I'm saying on here? I don't know this motherfucker.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with anything?
I guess at that point, I get.
See, Adam doesn't understand the streets. He doesn't understand the culture. Wack is saying, I don't know this dude. So I'm telling you not to bring him because not only for what I may do to him, but I don't know him and what he may do. You know, he said I'm a 5'5" individual that he will not turn down a fade from, that he's down to squabble me. So Wack is telling Adam, I don't know this dude. Adam's saying, what does that have to do with anything that you don't know? What does that have to do with anything? You don't understand what he's saying? I don't know what this dude might do. I'm going to protect myself. We got a little beef going, whether you think it's a serious beef or not. I don't know what this dude might do. I don't know him. You think you know him. He doesn't have a criminal past. He's not a gang member and all this stuff. Adam keeps saying, man, I don't know. There's two men getting into it. Anything can happen. You don't have to be a gang member. You just have to be a man. But, you know, Adam, I don't know, bro. He has some things to say, as we know, the last few days about Poetic Flacco as to why he let him go, fired him. He has some things to say about Anhefe and him eating on the show and sleeping on a podcast while Anhefe was not there. Said these things about Poetic Flacco while he was not there. And then brought this dude there on, snuck him in on Wack. Now he's getting into it with Wack. So Adam has been getting into it, and he confronted Spody Face about eating on a podcast and this and that. He's been getting into it with these individuals that work for him that he's supposed to be cool with, that's been helping No Jumper move along. I don't know. There's been a lot going on there. Again, No Jumper is imploding, apparently.
What he gonna do to me? This is a man.
He didn't say he was going to beat you up. I don't know where you got that from.
He didn't like make a direct threat, but he, like, I could see why Wack is like, yo, why is this guy saying this?
Well, Lust, Two Faces.
No, I mean, I said that to Moose earlier.
You saying
He did say he was ducking up and down.
He didn't say what he was gonna do to me?
Is that footage out there? I don't think so.
What did he say about what he gonna do to you? Like, because from what I saw, he made like a comment like, oh, like that guy's not gonna do nothing, like that 5 foot, you know, whatever he said, you feel me? Like that's what I recall.
Yeah, that midget.
All right, well, hold on. So he was on a marathon. He was on all kind of shows.
You just think that because you
Yes,
just
I can't
you
keep track
just
of all that, bro.
Yo, but Wack, you just think that because you just look at all these clips that Flacco sends you.
Listen, bro. Listen. Just because y'all don't hear the see it, this is why I told Adam I don't want to be around you because I see what he popping.
And I did a play, just like the ones that you always do, and it was a good time. But you flipped out a little too much. You should have just potted with him.
Like, that's all it is. But if it goes,
Hey, bro, so you telling me we can gonna try this shit again with me? What you saying?
I mean, by trying this shit with you, you mean bringing around somebody on a podcast who's not a threat, not on anything violent at all. It just really doesn't seem like a big deal. And it seems like you're just overreacting. And then you've got all these people that are like justifying it as if you have like it's such a serious threat.
Yeah. I mean, nah.
No.
It's Moose Man.
He's a gummy bear.
He's a Yuri mod.
Yeah,
He's
like,
chilling.
I mean, keeping in mind, this is the same guy that when you got into it, he was talking about the police and shit.
Exactly.
Bro.
So why did you feel the need to try to fight him when you could have just talked to him?
If you throw meat in there with a lion gonna eat the meat.
Right. No.
If I know I'm not in the good space with you, I don't know him, you been talking shit, disrespecting my name. Why would I put myself in a space where I know I'm a trick, where niggas a threat to the police or whatever? I don't. It's why I don't go hang out in the projects.
Okay, but you're like comparing it to some street or whatever. He's just a regular guy. He's just a podcaster. There's no reason to be violent with him. Like I can't believe you're acting like you were in the right for trying to fight this random guy.
No, here we can watch the clip right here. It's 11 seconds long.
Man, you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all it is. But if it goes left, bro, are you willing to? We can squabble up. Wax a short little fat motherfucker. Talking like this.
What?
What?
You
just say we can squabble.
And you put him in the room with the niggas say they can fight? What the f is wrong with you, nigga?
He's short and fat.
And I don't even know this nigga.
So what?
You puppet master.
He's a podcaster. He called you short and fat. Who the f cares?
You a puppet master.
But Adam, what? Okay.
That's what I thought that Moose had said, that he's not turning down any fight from Wack100, that he will squabble them up when they had that episode. He did say that. We just heard it there. Wax for 5'5", whatever. I'll squabble him up. That's what he said. And then Wack get in there and go ballistic, and he turned around and says he has 911 on speed dial. Killer.
Okay, so just to play devil's advocate, how do you feel like, because like this is your partner that you do a show with, it's a cracking show, you want to keep the relationship cool? Does that make you not want to do that again because it makes him upset?
I mean, but the whole thing, I just feels like a double standard that like he does this to people, like, and he brings people together that are like street dudes. I brought him around a dude who's a regular guy that ain't on no violence.
You're a liar. I've never taken people to no jumper who ain't supposed to be there.
There's been a bunch of times where you showed up with people to do the podcast that you knew that I did not want to do the podcast with at the last second, and I just rolled with it because it's not that big a deal. When you brought the Greedo ops from Grape Street, Gooch and them, like you knew that was awkward for me, and I just rolled with it and didn't make a big deal of it. Huh? Because I have a relationship with Greedo, and then you brought dudes on. You didn't tell me, and then all of a sudden we're sitting down with dudes who are just going to shit on Greedo the whole time. That's an example of you doing something that's way more serious than me bringing Moose around, and I didn't make a big deal about it, and you lashed out and tried to fight him like a psychopath.
Man, I should have just beat your ass when I was there.
Exactly. All you can do is threaten violence because you can't communicate with your words. You should have had a conversation with Moose, and then I just 100% checkmated you. Wack, listen to me. I just checkmated you so bad, and your one response is, oh, I should have beat your ass. You're not going to beat my ass, and you can miss me with that.
Man, stop talking tough. You weren't talking tough when I was in there.
You're not going to hit me. You're not going to punch me. Stop even alluding to it because you know it's not going to happen. And you know that if you do, I got 911 on speed dial, just like Moose Man. Dead homies.
Adam, you have made a few great mistakes over the last couple of years, brother.
Oh, you playing, boy. You supposed to be, your ass to be grass, nigga.
I'm trying to listen to him, Unk. What?
But the fact that you think you can do it how you want to do it is crazy.
I did the same thing that you do all the time, and you have absolutely no right to stand on any kind of fake-ass moral high ground here because the that I did to you was so much less serious than that I've seen you do a million times, and just because you're overreacting about it and acting as if it was super serious doesn't mean that it actually was super serious.
Listen, I respected you in that room, believe it or not, because it could have went a whole lot another way.
Right, but the fact that you even thought about hitting him is so stupid and fried, bro.
This is what I'm going to tell you. I respected you in that room, and you know...
No, you didn't. You didn't respect me. You jumped out of your seat and tried to fight him. That's disrespectful.
You don't even fight for yourself. You can't stop me. I'll stop me.
I did stop you.
No, you can't, Adam.
You were stopped.
If I wanted to.
I don't care. You're not going to whoop my ass. Stop saying it because you're full of
I'm telling you, if I wanted to get the dude, you can't stop me if I was really wanted to, bro.
But I did stop you. The fact that you even attempted to hit him is the problem. I'm not going to congratulate you because you didn't follow through with whooping this random non-affiliate's ass, okay? You want to medal because you didn't fight him. I'm not going to do that. The fact that you tried to fight him in the first place is the problem. And the fact that so many people make apologies for you acting like a child is the problem.
You stopping me? Man, fuck you, white boy. You the child.
See, great point. Great bar right there. You sound like a preschooler.
Stopping me is you fight me back when I got off on Adam. You couldn't have stopped me. I stopped me, brother.
Well, you didn't do anything at the end of the day, but you tried, and that's annoying.
Yeah, you did.
Grow up.
And you know,
Learn to have a conversation instead of trying to fight Moose Man because you're scared. Because you know that if you have whack. You know that if you do an actual podcast with Moose Man and you just have a conversation, no insults, just logic and facts, that he's gonna you up. And that's why you have to act like a kid and jump out of your chair and try to fight him.
right up, hey, yo, Lush,
Huh.
he did it, and everything he said made no sense. You didn't watch it?
No, I watched it.
Because you were babbling the whole time.
Didn't you say they did?
No, here's the one thing that I'm like. So didn't you guys want him chopping it up for like a couple hours afterwards, and wasn't it cool by
I
the
did
end?
that for Adam, but here go the thing, bro. I did that for Adam. I could have left. I could have, when my homie showed up, I could have head nodded them and let them do what they did. I didn't. Adam, no, I respected his hand. Even he seen the look on his face.
But again, this is you wanting a medal for not beating up a random podcaster who called you short and fat on a podcast.
Hey, Adam, I come in contact with more random non-affiliates than affiliates. In this world, people that shoot up movie theaters and churches are non-affiliates. Stop putting it on gang members like they the only.
Okay, maybe I should be more specific. The fact that he's not an affiliate is not what matters. The fact that he's just obviously not on that and not trying to fight you and not on some tough is the thing that actually matters.
Lush, was he not? Was he not?
He said. I mean, he said in that clip, "I'm down to run his fade."
He
That's
did.
like
He
that.
definitely said
I
that.
mean, like that's not like super popping it, but it's popping it. You feel me? Like it's
Yeah,
popping.
so stop acting like now Ricky never does that shit. I be all the way. Ricky lets you know I'm not on that. I'm Ricky from Venice, bro. Dude was popping it, and Adam, he's a Mexican, bro. I'm sorry, out here, that's always there, bro. I'm a black man.
You're a racist. You don't beef with anyone from Sacramento. You don't beef with Sacramento Mexicans.
Am I right or wrong?
I mean, like your hood's beefs with strictly essays, so you know.
No, I don't play with them. I don't disrespect them. I give them their space. If I'm not in a good space, I'm not gonna come sit in front of them because I know they may trip. I may trip. I know where it's gonna go. It's dumb for me to do that. If we good, we good.
So where are you at right now with Moose Man? Are you pretty much is it a dead issue?
We're podding again next week.
Listen,
Don't do that again.
with dude, I don't wish to with dude, bro.
Right.
I gave Adam what he wanted. I would hope he hears me. I don't want to with dude. I don't wish to with dude. Why? Because he admitted that he was playing the game the whole time to get my attention when he didn't have to, bro. All you had to do, no point didn't play that game. Hey, Wack, I want to, okay, cool. I don't give a all that he did, he admitted I was just trying to get your attention. Wasn't cool, bro. I don't respect that.
Maybe you should try to be a mentor to Moose Man.
What?
Nah, I'm cool on dude. I don't want to.
Why not be a mentor?
Okay.
It's turning into a little bit of content now. Adam is mocking Wack, turned Wack into content, saying that he stopped him from doing whatever to Moose Man. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. But Wack did just go ballistic on Adam. He lost it a couple of times and said to Adam that he was going to get himself hurt, Adam22, and that he would knock him out in seconds, beat him up in seconds. And that he has $100,000 saying so. And that Adam22 did not stop him, that he stopped himself, which again, I referred to at the time. I mean, no, how could he stop him if he really wanted to get to this individual? They're right there. So Wack pretty much held himself back for whatever reason. But he's saying now, still, he doesn't want to podcast with him. We see Adam saying they'll be podcasting together next week. Let's see, man. Let's see what happens if they're going to actually podcast together next week. If they're going to end up squashing this beef or what. But they ended up settling down some right there. But Wack, at first, as we can see, was pretty aggressive with Adam, saying that he'd knock him out. Then Adam's trying to make light of it, turn into content. Because I got 911 on speed dial. You're not going to touch me. Stop saying that. You know, they try to turn the temperature some, which probably worked, calm Wack down some. But Wack was upset at first, it seems, and attacking Adam, threatening to beat him down and saying he going to get himself hurt. That he has nothing to do with this stuff. He needs to stay in his lane, essentially. We'll see what happens here, because it seems like Adam is hell-bent on running content on this and bringing Moose Man back and setting it all up again. Well, he just said that. He'll be back next week for another podcast. Adam will try to keep some of this beef going. We'll see what happens, man. Let me know what you think in the comments. Stay safe and stay free, people.